This is Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Subaru.
Chilly day at the friendly confines. Cubs go for their third straight home series win. They take on the Braves this afternoon. First pitch comes your way today at 1:20 right here on the home of the Cubs, Comcast Sportsnet. Good afternoon. Alongside Todd Hollingsworth, I'm David Kaplan. Holly, last night, better weather conditions. It was a little bit chilly on Monday. Today, a chilly one. But they got 70-degree weather, but the Cubs just couldn't find a way to get the job done despite another outstanding outing from Ryan Dempsey.
Well, that's where the conversation goes. It's hard to believe that Demp does not have a win yet on this season.
Since last August.
I understand that, but I mean, it's a separate conversation for me because Demp was struggling a little bit last year, and maybe it adds up. But as dominant as he has been so far this year, I mean, his earned run average goes up a tick with 7 strong innings and 1 earned run last night. I mean, that is just absolutely amazing to me how bad the timing has been for the Cub hitters. They need to make it a priority to score this man some runs. He has been good. For me personally, listen, Demp has been as advertised, adding, subtracting, keeping the ball down in the strike zone, changing speeds. He's been good. This Atlanta Braves team, my goodness gracious, they come into this series. They scored almost 30 runs, 29 runs against the Rockies. Yeah, it was Coors Field. But that's the conversation in Atlanta right now. They're talking about the offense. They're not talking about the dominant starting pitching that they've had in years past. That goes to tell you just how good Demp's been.
All right, now yesterday Kerry Wood takes the loss, and Woody, always a stand-up guy his entire career, good or bad, he's always at his locker. Well, yesterday as he came off the field, his frustration boiled over. Threw his hat and his glove into the stands, and then did talk to the media when was asked about the glove toss. He was none too pleased. You've been in situations where he struck out with the game on the line or made a big error. What's your take on what happened with Kerry?
I'm okay with it. I mean, it almost feels like comic relief, I guess, on a lot of levels. Certainly, the talk amongst talk radio this morning, the hat and the glove go into the stands. He's frustrated right now. I mean, this is a team that's playing pretty good baseball, and they started playing pretty good baseball without him. Now, Woody's trying to join the party. He's trying to get involved, and he's had a couple rough outings back. I mean, he's going to have to pitch his way through it. The arm strength is there. The velocity's there. The location is not. He's not crisp. He's not rhythmic. You're not seeing that from him out there on the mound. A couple more walks again last night. Things that are happening for Woody right now. He's just got to catch up to what's going on, and I can get the sense that he's a bit frustrated. He understands what's going on in the bullpen. He understands that the Cubs have had the best starting pitching in all of baseball for the last 2.5 weeks, and they've started to play better. They're 9-7 over that same stretch. What does that tell you? We want to win. We want to do some good things. We're excited. We understand maybe the fans have lowered some expectations, but Woody wants to do his part, and they need for him to do his part, and he hasn't lately.
All right, for the latest on the Cubs as they go for, again, their third straight home series win, let's go to Luke Stuckmeyer on the field here at Wrigley. Luke?
Cap, it's not always easy to get up for a day game after a tough night game, but the one positive thing about it is you can get right back on the field and turn that momentum around, and that's what the Cubs are hoping to do. Obviously, a frustrating night, as you mentioned, for Kerry Wood and the Cubs. It was 1-1 in the 8th inning when he gave up that 2-run single to Dan Uggla. It ended up costing the Cubs the game as they lose to the Braves. Wood obviously frustrated, and afterwards, he wasn't real happy with the media, but he says his shoulder feels okay at this point.
Shoulder's great. I mean, that's the frustrating thing is, I bounced back from the injection, and the shoulder feels great. Stuff feels fine. Actually threw some good curveballs tonight for the first time in a while, so excuse me. But it's all about results. Didn't have any tonight.
Just
irrelevant, dude. Why the would you even bring that up?
It's just frustration.
You guys have a good night.
I missed that whole thing, so I didn't
care that he showed that kind of frustration.
Do I care? Of course I care. I mean, I don't, condone it or wish it to happen all the time. But, we all know in this game that there's frustrations that happen, and sometimes we regret things we do. That's for sure. We're not perfect human beings, but, but yeah, I missed the whole thing, so I didn't see any of that.
And despite last night's loss, the Cubs can still win a series here against the Braves. That would be 3 straight home series wins. Dale Swaim says, you know what? Winning series, that's the way to get back in the division race.
that's the goal every time you have a series, is to win the series. And lately we've been putting ourselves in the situation to win series by winning first games and close ball games. But the bottom line is we're putting ourselves in situations to win every night.
And, of course, the Braves have a versatile and potent offense, but the Cubs right now have Paul Maholm on the mound, and he has had 3 really good outings in a row. We'll see if he can do it again and get another series win against the Braves. Down on the field, I'm Luke Stuckmeyer. Let's send it back up to Cap.
All right, thank you, Luke. Let's get back to Ryan Dempster, because at some point you go, God, I haven't had a win since, I think, August the 16th. And you go through all these starts and you continue to prepare and you continue to pitch your tail off. And yesterday, 7 innings, 1 earned run, and your ERA goes up to a microscopic 103. How do you as a manager or as a teammate keep him positive and keep him energized and keep him moving forward when he goes, God, I got no results here?
He can't worry about it. It's out of his control. All he can do, listen, 2 starts ago, he was coming back off the disabled list. I had some concerns as to whether there might be a little bit too much adrenaline. He balanced that out. He was great in the first inning. He was great in the second inning. And, well, frankly, he was great all game long. The bullpen let him down there as well. Listen, all you can do is take the ball, go out there and make pitches. His stock is going through the roof right now. People around baseball are aware, and you're going to hear Ryan Dempster's name come up in trade conversations if he continues to do this. That's the unfortunate things for Cubs fans. Ryan Dempster's a fan favorite. He's been here. He's been through the good, and he's been through the bad. He's been part of the reason, and, well, at times maybe even part of the problem. But right now he has been so good for so long, and he's a guy who he needs a new contract right now. And so you're seeing a guy in a contract here go out there and do it. Question is he a candidate to stay or is he a candidate to go? They are trying to rebuild this thing, but his worth, his value to this organization has gone through the roof. He's been very exciting, and he's certainly part of the reason why optimism has been back at Cubs Field for the last 2 last 2 trips in here.
All right, let's talk about Paul Maholm. Now, he tries to have another solid outing. He really started slowly, but since those 2 bad starts, he's gotten it going.
Oh, picked it up. Are you kidding me? And here's the crazy thing about it. First 2 starts, he goes 4 innings each, so gives up 6 runs twice, right? His next 3 starts, all wins. He goes 6 innings. Outside of 1 start, he goes 6 1/3, and he only gives up 1 run in those. Talk about consistency, but talk about dirty good, and he has been dirty good. Paul Maholm, when he's succeeding, you're seeing ground ball outs, and he's been getting tons of them. He's been adding and subtracting. He's been pounding the righties in, going soft away, making adjustments, staying away from the lefties, keeping the ball down, and balls just aren't getting squared up off Paul Maholm right now.
How about pitching on a day like today? Windy, chilly, not a good day to hit. You bust people in on the hands. Yeah. It's hard.
Well, his approach today is going to be with it. I'm sure he's going to try and be consistent. He uses all 4 of his pitches, his fastball, his slider, his change, and his curveball. They're all going to be part of his game plan today. He's not going to overpower you at 89, 90 miles an hour. He's going to use that sinker. He wants to keep the ball on the ground regardless of whether the wind's blowing in or not. It's his game. It's what he does. But the challenge for him today is going to be the Atlanta Braves. They're a very good team. They've got some power, and this is a different Atlanta Braves team, a team that so far this season has defined itself by the great offense that they've had, and they're very deep and they've got a lot of power. They will go the other way, and they will stay inside the baseball, so that's going to be a challenge for him today.
All right, time for our Joe's Stone Crab What's at Stake report here at the ballpark, and we look at Paul Maholm, his recent success. He has not issued a walk in his last 46 batters faced. That's the 5th longest active streak in the major leagues. All right, time now for the Comcast Business Edge as we look at today's opposing pitcher. Tim Hudson of the Braves. He's making just his 3rd start of the season. Coming back, he had a herniated disc in his back. But when this guy's right, this guy's elite.
Oh, he is dirty. He, to me, epitomizes Atlanta Braves pitching, and certainly for the last roughly 20 years of what Atlanta Braves pitches are all about. Keep the ball down in the zone. If you fall behind, go fastball away. Huddy, he's been getting it done for a long time. In his professional career, he's never had a losing season. This is a guy who's a winner. He's a top of the rotation type guy. He's not going to blow your doors down. He's not throwing 93, 94 miles an hour, but he throws it all. He's a fastball, slider, splitty guy for the most part, but he will throw a cutter, and he watches hitters. He watches tendencies throughout the games. He's very smart. He knows what he's doing. You've got to have a good approach. You can't pull off him. If you do, you're going to start seeing splitties in the dirt and sinkers away. He's going to attack, and he's going to try and get out. Usually doesn't walk too many hitters, but again, much like Paul Maholm, likes to keep the ball on the ground.
All right, has not faced the Cubs, folks, since 2008. and has not beaten the Cubs since 2006. So he does not have a lot of history, obviously, with this crew that is now in here at Wrigley Field. Taking a look at Tim Hudson versus Paul Mahalem. Conditions like this, one a power pitcher, one not. Who do you give the advantage to before first pitch?
Well, I don't really think either one of these guys has the advantage, although Paul's been doing it. I would give it to Paul right now. He's pitching great. 18 innings, 18 in the third innings, only 3 earned runs his last 3 starts, all wins. Tim Hudson, he got roughed up in Colorado his last time out, so I'm sure he's, listen, I get it, it's Colorado, and you certainly can make that excuse for just about every pitcher in the game of baseball, but you're coming off a bad outing. So, again, you've got to find it. You've got to reacclimate. I've talked to many a pitcher who's pitched in Colorado. They talk about it's not necessarily pitching in Colorado that's so tough. It's that start after you pitch in Colorado that's tough when you come back down to sea level, and can be a challenge to have a good grip on your pitches and to make pitches and to see how they're going to move, because they move so much differently in Colorado. So going into today, I clearly give the advantage to Paul.
All right, we've got to take our first time out here in our Subaru Cubs pregame live here at Comcast Sportsnet.
Yes,
don't forget, we've got lineups for both clubs. We've got Todd's always anticipated keys to a Cubs victory, key performers, and a whole lot more. Stick around. Pregame rolls on.
Do you
CSN.
name your own moves, or do you have...
What's at Stake is brought to you by Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. For the city's finest selection of prime steaks and fresh seafood, there's no better place than Joe's.
So, your seat good? Get the mirrors all adjusted? You can see everything okay? Just stay off the freeways, all right? I don't want you going out on those yet. Just leave your phone in your purse. I don't want you texting. Okay?
Daddy, okay?
Okay. There you go. Be careful.
Thanks, Dad.
Call me, but not while you're driving. We knew this day was coming. That's why we bought a Subaru.
Designers can't wait. Engineers can't wait. Business today can't wait on old technology from the phone company. It demands a new breed of speed. Comcast Business Class. PC Mag has named us the fastest business internet provider in the nation. Add bandwidth as you need it. Get dedicated business customer service 24/7. Don't wait. Switch to Comcast Business Class, because business can't wait.
The Four Seasons warehouses are overstocked, which means big savings during our preseason warehouse sale. Air conditioners from just $24.95. Furnace and AC combos from just $36.95 installed. Keep your home energy efficient and enjoy 5 years interest-free financing. Plus, save up to $21.75 in manufacturer and energy rebates.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Helpful steps for parents can help. Take the first step today at BMO Harris Bank.
The Chevy Cruze Echo also offers 42 mpg on the highway.
Actually, it's Cruze Eco, not Echo.
Just like either. Or either.
Or economical.
Or economical. Potato, potato, huh?
Actually, it's tomato, tomato.
Oh, that's right.
Visit your local Chevy dealer today. Now, very well-qualified lessees can get a 2012 Chevy Cruze LS for around $159 per month. EPA estimated 36 miles per gallon highway.
Sun out a little bit here, Wrigley. Hopefully it'll warm up the confines just a bit. Cubs and the Braves get ready to tee it up on CSN in the finale of this 3-game series, the rubber game of the series. Alongside Todd Hollingsworth, I'm David Kaplan. Welcome back to Subaru Cubs pregame live on Comcast Sportsnet. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Chicago Cubs and their manager, Dale Swaim. A pretty similar lineup, except we'll see Adrian Cardenas, who played second yesterday's first big league start, in left field today. and I'm sure he said he was a little overwhelmed walking into Wrigley Field. Well, now playing his second position in 2 days, probably a bit overwhelming, too.
I'll tell you, second base is probably a little bit more comforting than getting out in left field on a windy day, especially a cold, windy day. I know he's ready for it. Certainly an opportunity for him today. And again, you're speaking to the Cubs. There's going to be opportunity out there. Soriano, a little bit of a sore knee, I believe, so he's going to be out of there today. But again, just speaking volumes to the opportunity that some of these guys are getting, the Joe Mathers of the world, again, to establish themselves or even reestablish themselves. Go out there, make the most of it, have a good approach today, and clearly, you got to read the conditions as a hitter. You know what today's going to be all about. Go out there and have a good approach, especially with a guy like Tim Hudson. You're not looking to yank balls or try to go deep. You're looking to go up the middle the other way and get yourself on base and have a good day.
And being here at the ballpark as opposed to us being in the studio, we get to see things that maybe some of the players are working on. Well, today it was real interesting. After batting practice, as the players went back to the clubhouse, Darwin Barney sat down in the dugout for an extended chat, and I watched him talk about hand mechanics with your hitting with Billy Williams.
Yeah.
So very interesting to see as they were talking about baseball, not just hitting, but just the game in general, to see what he was taking from a Hall of Fame.
Let me tell you something. You never stop climbing the ladder. And when I talk about climbing the ladder as a professional hitter, you're always looking to get better. Ronnie Santo was the best at that. My time here, always had a minute. And here's the thing, knew what was going on. You didn't have to be an outspoken player. Ronnie would come find you. Ronnie knows. He's watching. He knew what was going on each and every day. And I had many conversations with him through some of the struggles I went through. And how to find left field again, how to stay through a baseball, how to use your hands. How about the approach that you're going to use against this guy, Holly, today? What are you going to do? I've seen this guy for the last 10 years. What do you know about him? I don't know too much. Well, guess what? Stay up the middle with this guy. He's a guy who's not going to come in and bust you in. But again, passing of the knowledge, it's certainly part of this game. You see it inside the clubhouse from the veterans on down, but you're right, it extends to the Billy Williams of the world, guys who extend their time and are willing and waiting for players to come up to them and listen, let's talk a little shop, let's get you right.
All right, let's take a look at Freddie Gonzalez's lineup for the Atlanta Braves. They were winners yesterday. You look at it, Michael Bourne, just tremendous speed, a 12-game hitting streak. Freddie Freeman was player of the week a week ago. Dan Uggla brings great power, and Jason Hayward can flat out rake.
Chipper Jones.
There's another one.
The 40-year-old man. Oh, it's amazing how he continues to get it done. The game-winning hits that he's certainly put out there. But yes, this is a lineup that plays better with Chipper in it. Well above 500 when he's in there, continually playing. I think it was 10-2 last time I saw it, and that was about 4 or 5 games ago. So they win when he's in there. They struggle a little bit when he's not. He's a presence guy. He brings it each and every day. Switch hitter. The at-bats are always going to be quality. He's going to take pitches. But you're right. So many of the questions about this lineup going into the season was going to be about the Freddie Freemans of the world, the Jason Haywards. Were they going to repeat what they did last year? In some cases, maybe not repeat what they did last year, be better than what they did last year. So far, so good for this team. It's been very deep. They've been scoring a ton of runs. They've been fairly consistent and really have been the talk of baseball as far as the offense is concerned.
All right, there you have it. The Cubs and the Braves lineups as they tee it up in the rubber game of this 3-game series. We got to take another timeout on Subaru Cubs Pregame Live. We'll get Holly's keys to the game, pick our key performers. Here's today's poll question. As the Cubs get ready to kick off a road trip that takes them to Milwaukee and St. Louis, we want to know who's a bigger rival for the Cubs, Brewers or Cardinals? CSNChicago.com, the Spot Cubs team page, where you can cast your vote. Results will roll later on our post-game show. We'll be right back.
Oh, geez, guys. Dave's choking again.
Hey, Verlander, a little help over here?
Thanks, Justin.
Don't worry, Dave. You're not the first guy I've seen choke.
Real big fathead. Get yours at fathead.com.
A car is either luxury or it isn't. If you want a luxury car with a standard power moonroof, your options are going to be limited. If you want standard leather-trimmed seats, you're going to have even fewer. And if you want standard keyless access, then your choice is obvious. The Lexus ES. It's complete luxury in a class full of compromises. See your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
Want total access to Major League Baseball? Then you need Xfinity and MLB Network. You'll get over 125 live regular season games with live look-ins from around the league, plus 24/7 inside access, so you're there for all of baseball's biggest stories. With Xfinity from Comcast, the best seat in the house is in your house. Sign up for the HD Premier XF Triple Play, or ask about other bundles starting as low as $99 a month for a year. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call today.
I'd never call myself a stay-at-home mom because home is the last place you'll find me. I practically live in my car. And so does everything else the kids bring along. That's why I bought WeatherTech floor liners. They're laser measured to custom fit and perfectly protect my minivan, front, back, and even up the sides. So whatever gets on the liner stays in the liner, and cleanup is a snap. It was so easy. I just went online and ordered my WeatherTech floor liners at weathertech.com. I entered my vehicle's make and model, selected the liner, and picked a color. And it keeps my minivan's carpeting looking like new.
Order your WeatherTech floor liners today at weathertech.com. Or give us a call at 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech floor liners. Complete protection, completely American made. Order your WeatherTech protection at weathertech.com.
This morning, Cubs board member Todd Ricketts led more than 30 people on a bike ride from Ricketts Hire Gear Bike Shop in Wilmette to Wrigley Field to promote the 3rd annual Wrigley Field Road Tour, which is coming up August 19th. This year's ride will be 100 miles at start and end right here at the friendly confines. Time now for our ATI injury report. 2 guys there. Steve Clevenger on the 15 ADL with a strained right oblique. Pitcher Marcos Mateo with elbow trouble on the 60-day DL. We continue. Subaru Cubs pregame live here on Comcast Sportsnet. He's Todd Hollinsworth. I'm David Kaplan. Cubs and Braves tee it up in the rubber game, and then they complete this homestand. And you're hoping that warmer weather will be right around the corner, because when it gets warm here at Wrigley, the ball flies.
Well, the ball flies. I mean, you've seen it. Let's not be silly. We know that we want to see better offense, and we've talked about the chemistry in the clubhouse and the chemistry with the offense being better. But no coincidence. They've started to win. They've get the good starting pitching, and well, Brian LaHair's heated up, and some other guys have started to launch some home runs. I mean, it is offense. You talk about building your team, and certainly you want to have a better approach to the plate. I feel like it's been there. I think the opportunities with runners in scoring position has been a little bit better. Not great, but better. But again, you're going to win ball games if you can get the long ball. Brian LaHair, he leads all National League first basemen with 8 home runs. I mean, that's. I mean, it speaks volumes to how this team has been put together. You got LaHair and you got Castro right there in the middle of the lineup, and some of these other guys really need to get going. Ian Stewart has been fantastic really over his last 8 ball games. He's got a couple home runs, and I've been real impressed with his approach. So, I mean, this is another guy who I think we were all, well, not sure what we were going to get from him because he missed almost all of last year, but he's hit 20 home runs before, and if you get that kind of production from a third base spot and at the bottom of your lineup, you've got to be excited.
All right, now yesterday, our Pat Boyle was here at Wrigley Field, had a chance to talk with Brian LaHair. Of course, there's a prospect in the minors by the name of Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo tearing up AAA for the 2nd straight year. Everyone believes at some point this year he will be in Wrigley Field. Would that mean then LaHair would move to left field? Pat had a chance to talk with Brian.
Absolutely zero. You know, I truly believe, and we talked to Theo and Jed in the offseason. I think they understand that I'm capable of playing the outfield. I have a lot of experience in the outfield in the minors and in high school and in college, and you know, it's just you know, I adjust well. So if it's something that I have to do, I feel like I'm already prepared to do that. You know, then it's just getting used to running out there versus running at first and those kind of things. But those things are all small, you know, adjustments that, you know, I'm prepared to make if I have to.
All right, your thoughts. You know, Brian talks about being locked in. He's a first baseman. He's off to a great start this season. But at some point, Anthony Rizzo is also a part of this organization. Do you see them coming to LaHair and saying, all right, we need you to go to the outfield?
Yeah, I really do. Brian LaHair is, you know, he's in a place right now as a hitter that is very, very impressive, especially for a left-handed hitter. The power's there, the approach is there, the idea's there. you know what? In a lot of cases, we sit here and we talked about it all winter long and how his age has kind of worked against him. He spent an awful lot of time in the minor leagues getting himself to the big leagues. But you know what? Now that he's kind of done it for the first 6 weeks, it's a huge advantage. You've got a veteran presence and a very young man, a guy who is clearly carrying himself as a leader in this clubhouse and on this team. This certainly can be a guy that you want to build around. And can he play left field? I'm sure he can do it adequately enough to keep that bat in the lineup. I'm really excited about Brian LaHair's future here in Chicago. I certainly hope that it is here. Yes, I understand the circumstances that surround this team and this organization, and that, you know, and I said this to you before, nobody's untradeable. But you know what? He's been impressive, and he's certainly part of the reason why this team has been playing better baseball lately, and I hope he's here to stay.
All right, we have to take our next time out. We come back, we'll have Holly's Keys. Don't forget, you can get more of Pat Boyle's exclusive interview with Brian LaHair when his podcast debuts Thursday on CSNChicago.com. Other guests of Pat's include Stacey King and Steve Dahl. We have to take a final time out. Holly's Keys next.
Cubs Pregame Live is presented by Subaru. Discover what it's like to have a car you can love.
So, your seat good? Get the mirrors all adjusted so you can see everything okay? Just stay off the freeways, all right? I don't want you going out on those yet. Just leave your phone in your purse. I don't want you texting.
Daddy, okay?
Okay. There you go. Be careful.
Thanks, Dad.
Call me, but not while you're driving. We knew this day was coming. That's why we bought a Subaru.
I took a look at the bill from the phone company.
Our voice and internet bill?
I was shocked.
It was absurd.
My business was wasting money.
We waited.
And we was throwing money away.
And for what?
Outdated voice and internet.
I took one look, just one.
And I couldn't wait to do this.
We switched.
Yeah, we did.
To Comcast Business Class.
Don't wait to look at yours.
Fast internet, better phone. Switch to Comcast Business Class. Call 800-391-3000. This Cubs injury report is brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy, taking physical therapy to a higher level. Ask your doctor about ATI Physical Therapy. Get there.
What are you eating there?
Oh, it's their new oatmeal. Fresh blueberries, walnuts.
In my day, oatmeal had two ingredients, oat and meal, and not all that fancy pants whatnot.
Introducing McDonald's Blueberry Banana Nut Oatmeal.
I have got to blog about this.
The simple joy of fresh blueberries. Blueberry lovers, try McDonald's new Blueberry Yogurt Crunch. Low-fat yogurt topped with crunchy granola clusters and plump fresh blueberries and 300 calories.
It's going viral.
Yeah.
Everyone likes a bit of order in their life. Virtual Wallet helps you get it. Keep track of spending, move money with a slide, and use the calendar, all to see your money how you want.
Sports Authority is proud to be the official sporting goods retailer of the Chicago Cubs. Sports Authority, all things sporting good.
They're getting the field ready for the series finale and the end of the homestand. Cubs and Braves tee it up right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Time now for our Subaru Keys to the Game. Here's Holly.
All right, here we go. Approach, real simple. Tim Hudson, he's going to live down in the zone. Sinker, slider, cutter, and a dirty splitty. You've got to look down there, and you can't try to do too much. Listen, this isn't a day you're looking to go deep. It's certainly not a day that you're going to try to overextend yourself. He's going to be beat with multiple hits in a row, and that's got to be the focus of the offense today. You're not going to see too many home runs from him. String some hits together. Put some good at-bats together. Maybe you can draw some walks. Number 2, trending. Paul Maholm's doing it. 3 straight wins. He's pitching great. Over 18 innings, only the 3 earned runs. He's been consistent. His mechanics have been good. He's been using all 4 pitches. The fastball changeup combination away to righties. Darting that cutter, that slider in, I think is going to be key today. The lefties, for the most part, just stay away from them. Maybe show them in. They've got some power from the left-handed side of the plate. And finally, the bullpen. The Pens, they factored into this series. I think it's going to be another close ball game today. Listen, the Braves, they get all the attention with the 3-headed monster they've got down there with O'Flaherty the Kimbrell inventors. For the Cubbies, listen, maybe not so much, but they've been pretty good lately. Cubbies need they need to score some runs early.
All right, time for our key performers. I get to go first. I won the last one. I'm going to go with Brian LaHair. Love his approach. Think he's going to go the other way against Huddy.
Yeah, ball's down in the zone. That's good for Tony Campana. I see him keeping the ball on the ground 4 times, maybe beating out 3 hits, and stealing a couple bases.
All right, there you have it. That wraps up our Subaru Cubs pregame live here on Comcast Sportsnet. First pitch is next. Now let's send it to the voice of the Cubs, Len.
All right, Cap and Holly, thanks very much. It is the final game of this homestand. The Cubs will be off tomorrow before starting a 5-game road trip in Milwaukee and St. Louis. Tim Hudson goes for the Braves today, and Paul Maholm goes for his 4th consecutive win for the Cubs. Adrian Cardenas in the lineup for the 2nd consecutive day. He's in left for Alfonso Soriano today, and our Luke Stuckmeyer caught up with the newest Cub.
All right, thanks, Len. Adrian, first of all, welcome to Wrigley Field. What were your impressions of the ballpark when you got here for the first time?
Well, this is my first time in Chicago, first time in Wrigley, obviously. And I was a bit overwhelmed. I was telling Kerry, the other reporter, that anything I'd say would be cliche. But, I mean, it was just a great experience, all the work to finally put it all in perspective and be here, something that I've dreamt about for so long. It's just a great feeling.
You said Lake Michigan was a little bit bigger than you thought it would be?
Yeah, a lot bigger. I had to check my geography a little bit. I thought I was in the coast for a long while there. But yeah, 90 miles or something they said it was. I mean, it's beautiful. I heard they get in the water. It can get kind of cold, though, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't go swimming right now, at least. No. You might want to wait a little bit. Now, you grew up in the Miami area, correct?
Yeah. Both parents were born in Cuba, but raised in Miami, and I was born in Miami, raised in Miami.
You remember different things about growing up watching baseball. When you go out there and you take your first at bat as a Cub, what did that mean for you?
I mean, just with all the history, to be a part of this organization, with Theo from the top all the way to the bottom over here, and even the minor league organization, just the way we do things, it's fun, Sometimes you can have a tendency to get a little disenchanted with the game. At least I did, just because it's such a business. And I feel like here with the Cubs, we do a good job of just kind of bringing just the fun back and just the pure joy of playing baseball, which is awesome for me.
You were a first-round draft pick, and it's taken a little bit to get to this point to where you want to be. Talk about that path and what has it meant for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a lot of ups and downs, which, you ask any player and they'll tell you the same thing. They've been through ups and downs. But like you said, it's taken a little bit more than I would like, but I'm here in Wrigley Field now. But I don't know, it was just a great feeling, like I said, or like you were talking about it. I'm in school now, and I'm being able to balance both the world of academia and the world of sports, and for me that balance is crucial, and I'm very fortunate that I'm able to do that. And I think if I hadn't struggled in baseball, I don't think I'd be in school right now. And ironically, school has helped me become a better baseball player, so it just worked out.
Yeah, tell us about that. Correspondence courses at NYU. First of all, it means you're a pretty smart guy. Second of all, what are your studies like?
I mean, it's good. It's a little tough, but my whole life I've been very disciplined, being a baseball player and all, you have to be. And the world of academia, or just learning in general, is something that I prided myself on and something I enjoy doing, to continue to evolve intellectually. So when I had the opportunity and I did my research and was able to find the program that I wanted to study, and a school that was able to kind of work with my schedule, it just worked out perfectly.
What type of courses are you taking now, and how do you fit that into, hey, I've got to get ready to play today, and I've got a test coming up?
Oh, no, I mean, there's no question. Baseball takes precedence over school. But I definitely find time to do that stuff. I think I do a good job of separating school with baseball. When I'm here, and when I'm there, I'm there. As far as the classes go, my major's creative writing and a minor in philosophy, so it's kind of out there, but I'm enjoying it. It's kind of how I've always been, and I need that stimulation academically to be able to perform baseball-wise as well, and vice versa, so it works out.
Well, good luck in the classroom, and good luck at Wrigley Field.
Thank you very much.
Len will send it back to you.
Luke, I thought the only Renaissance man was Bob Brenly, but Adrian Cardenas following in his footsteps. Paul Maholm will go for the Cubs. Patrick Mooney from CSNChicago.com joins us next.
Only exceptional cars make Car and Driver's 10 Best list. Only one exceptional car has made it 26 times. The Honda Accord. An unparalleled breadth of talent and goodness. And Car and Driver's 10 Best, 26 times and counting.
The more you floor, the more you save. Buy one room of flooring, get all other rooms of product for only $50 each. At Luna, we work for you.
773-202 Luna.
Blue Man Group. The show that brings you this and this, as well as this, and makes you feel like this. Come see Blue Man Group at the Briar Street Theater in Chicago. Call 1-800-BLUE-MAN or go to BlueMan.com.
0 calories. Maximum Pepsi taste.
Sorry I yelled at you all these years.
Cece, glad you made it.
Good shot. Oh, what is this place?
Iowa. Only with maximum Pepsi taste and 0 calories.
Whoa.
I love it when he does that. You want to play ball with some of MLB's biggest legends? Learn how at MLB.com/Pepsi Max.
Honey, I think someone's breaking in.
Hello? You wouldn't protect yourself with cardboard. Some oil filters protect your engine with it. Dumb. Purolator uses metal end caps for better engine protection. So keep it pure with Purolator.
You sure you want to do that?
Who are you?
Oh, hi, I'm the second owner.
I just bought this car.
Correct. You're the first owner, and I'm the second. 1, 2. You know, I mean, think about me and all the other owners after me. Tell me about Mudbone. Does he ride in the car?
No, he's allergic to leather.
The exceptional certified pre-owned program with the highest quality cars. Good news for the second owner.
Bye, future car.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field, getting set for the Braves and Cubs. Great to have with us Patrick Mooney, who covers the Cubs beat for CSNChicago.com. The bullpen, that seems to be the big topic every day with Dale Swaim, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we thought in spring training that the Cubs would be working backwards from the 9th inning with Carlos Marmol. Kerry Wood is your 8th inning guy, and really it's kind of blown up every assumption we've had about the Cubs so far. On the bright side, Rafael Dolis and James Russell have really kind of grab those jobs. They really like what they've seen, but the trust factor with the two established guys really isn't there yet. And you saw it last night with Kerry Wood throwing his glove and hat in the stands. Really an out-of-character moment from a guy who everyone was really counting on this year.
And the starting pitching has been excellent, keeping the Cubs in every game.
Yeah, I spoke with Chipper Jones before the game, and he said that's one of the things he's really noticed about this Cubs team. He realized they're not where they want to be yet, but he loves the idea of Matt Garza and Jeff Samardzija at the top of a rotation. That's really kind of a playoff core if the Cubs can kind of get those other pieces around them.
Speaking of Chipper Jones, unless these two teams meet up in the playoffs, this will be his final game ever at Wrigley Field. You had a chance to talk to him about he has not had a lot of success here, has he?
Yeah, he knows the numbers. He's a .220 lifetime hitter here, and he really crushes the ball almost everywhere else. He said he still loves this place. He remembers his first time here, kind of walking down the tunnel, but he's joked several times if they ever blow up Wrigley Field, he wants a front row seat. Only in jest, he said, though.
Yeah, I talked to him, and he said he would like to come here as a fan to watch a game. Bobby Cox said the same thing his final series here.
Yeah, Chipper still remembers a couple of years ago that great moment when Lou Piniella and Bobby Cox exchanged lineup cards at home plate. And, of course, Lou surprised everyone by stepping down later that day. But Chipper's kind of a student of the game. He really appreciates the history here. He loves Chicago, and he's been in a couple playoff series here, so see if he kind of goes out with a bang.
All right, for more on that, go to CSNChicago.com and check out Patrick's great work. We have baseball coming up. The rubber match, Chipper Jones and the Braves against the Cubs next.
The Chevy Cruze Echo also offers 42 mpg on the highway.
Actually, it's Cruze Eco, not Echo.
Just like either. Or either.
Or economical.
Or economical. Potato, potato, huh?
Actually, it's tomato.
Oh, that's right.
Visit your local Chevy dealer today. Now, very well-qualified lessees can get a 2012 Chevy Cruze LS for around $159 per month. EPA estimated 36 miles per gallon highway.
How come insurance companies tell me I can save, like, 40%?
Before they even know what I need.
How come
my company never asked me?
My idea of financial security.
How
come nobody gives me a financial plan?
I can understand.
Country Financial does. Your country representative can help protect what you have now and prepare for the future.
Somebody who knows retirement planning
and insurance.
Yeah.
At Country, we always ask, what's your idea of financial security?
Step into the black, a new darker, bolder spiced rum from Captain Morgan.
What are you eating there?
Oh, it's their new oatmeal. Fresh blueberries, walnuts.
In my day, oatmeal had 2 ingredients, oat and meal, and not all that fancy pants whatnot.
Introducing McDonald's Blueberry Banana Nut Oatmeal.
I have got to blog about this.
The simple joy of fresh blueberries. Blueberry lovers, try McDonald's new Blueberry Yogurt Crunch. Low-fat yogurt topped with crunchy granola clusters and plump fresh blueberries and 300 calories.
It's going viral.
Yeah.
Only exceptional cars make Car and Driver's 10 Best list. Only one exceptional car has made it 26 times. The Honda Accord. An unparalleled breadth of talent and goodness. And Car and Driver's 10 Best, 26 times and counting.
We proudly present Chicago Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group.
Live from Wrigley Field, it is Ryan Dempster bobblehead day here at the ballpark. Dempster with another great performance last night, still without a win, unfortunately. We're set for Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet. Rubber game today as the Cubs wrap up a 6-game homestand. They take on the Atlanta Braves. I guess we had spring for one day. Winter is back. Bob Brenly and Len Casper. Wind blowing in today. The Cubs are 3-2 on this homestand in large part because of their starting pitching.
You know, Len, we thought it was going to be a strength going all the way back to spring training, but I don't even think we could have anticipated how good the Cubs starting pitching has been in the early going this year, especially on this homestand. The 3 wins all by the starting pitchers. They've held the opponents to an under 200 batting average. Jeff Samardzija, Matt Garza, Ryan Dempster just continue to put good outing after good outing.
And Paul Maholm, who had 2 bad ones to start the year, 3 excellent starts in a row, and he'll go today.
Yeah, he got this homestand off to a real good start. Very hot Dodgers ball club came to town, and Paul Maholm just took the sting right out of their bats. You're seeing some footage against the Reds earlier this year. Just has had tremendous command of his stuff. He's moved the ball around the strike zone, changed speeds. That's what he's done his entire career when he's been successful.
And you see he's only allowed 3 walks and 3 runs over his last 3 outings. Veteran right-hander Tim Hudson hasn't faced the Cubs a whole lot. He's coming off back surgery. This is just his 3rd start.
Yeah, if you look at the leaders over the last 10 or 12 years, and Tim Hudson is very near the top in just about every important pitching category.
Hudson and Maholm. Let's go down to the field for our national anthem.
At the Lowry organ as they honor America with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars as we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
The great Wayne Messmer getting us set for Cubs baseball. Jeff Samardzija brilliant the other night. Ryan Dempster excellent last night. We'll see how Paul Maholm does today in the finale.
Like the Rockies themselves, Coors Banquet Beer is an American original. It's only brewed in one place, Golden, Colorado, because that's where we find our Rocky Mountain water and the best high country barley. Now maybe that's uncompromising, and maybe brewing up here means an extra trip or two. But as you know, originals follow their own road. Coors, the Banquet Beer.
I feel alive again. I'm so grateful that I have a job and a future. But I'll never forget how it felt to be unemployed, scared, hopeless. And who helped me when no one else could? Who gave me the tools and support I needed to get that job? I couldn't have done it without goodwill. So every chance I get, I give back to them so they can help someone else. Because what Goodwill can do with your donations is pretty amazing.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
You are my best team. And I'm sorry it's come to this. I've always considered you a friend.
The secretary is dead. We still have a chance to clean this up.
So where are we going?
India.
Dubai.
We're going in the Kremlin.
I thought you said the Kremlin.
Movies start at Channel 125.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, 75 years being right here in Illinois means no one's closer to your wellness. Experience wellness everywhere. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy? Toyota. Right now, you can get a lot for less at your local Toyota dealer. Official partner of the Chicago Cubs. The new wireless receiver from AT&T Uverse. Visit att.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. BMO Harris Bank. Helping money make sense. BMO Harris Bank. NA member FDIC. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
Chilly, overcast, wind blowing in. Skies lightening up just a little bit as we get set for Game 3. The umpires, Jerry Lane, the crew chief, will work the plate. Bob Davidson has not called a balk in this series. Chris Conroy and Dan Bellino on the bases. Cubs winning Game 1. The Braves came back last night with a 3-1 win. Randall Delgado, pretty impressive, Bob.
Yeah, he really was. First time we've had a real good look at Randall Delgado. We were told he has a good fastball, good straight changeup, and he came as advertised through a lot of really good changeups early in the game. Got some swings and misses and some easy outs from the Cubs bats.
Thanks to Adrian Cardenas for joining us along with Patrick Mooney on Pregame Live, as Paul Mahalem will face this Braves Southwest starting lineup. Right now ranking 3rd in the majors in runs with 166. Bourne, Prado, Freeman at the top. Ugla with the game-winning hit last night. Chipper Jones, Jason Hayward in the middle. David Ross at catcher. He catches Hudson a lot. Jack Wilson at short, and Tim Hudson the pitcher.
Take a look at the Cubs defensively. Cardenas in left field, Campana in center, DeJesus over in right field, Stewart and Castro on the left side of the infield, Barney and LaHair on the right side. Giovanni Soto showing some resurgence with the bat, will be behind the plate today for left-hander Paul Mahalem. Mentioned his last 3. He has been outstanding going back to his start against the Reds. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. His next start against the Phillies, 6 1/3, 5 hits, 1 run. Last time out against that potent Dodgers offense, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run.
He has not walked a batter over the last 46 hitters faced. Remember, he took that hard shot off his right knee in his last outing against the Dodgers, but recovered well and ready to go today.
Well, every time you play the Atlanta Braves, one of the keys to success is to keep this guy off the bases. Michael Bourne. He only reached in the ball game 1 time last night. That was a single in the 8th inning, and he ended up scoring on a Dan Ugla base hit.
Braves with just 4 runs in the first 2 games, but able to win last night. And here we go. Mahalem against Bourne, and a bouncer to Darwin Barney. So Mahalem on a 27-pitch complete game pace as we get going.
Wouldn't that be something? He would gladly take maybe 27 pitches through the first 3. He'll take that.
On the left fielder, Martin Prado. Hitting .378 against lefties. And that wind blowing in 52 degrees. A northeast breeze, just 4 miles an hour. 0-2. Mahalem's earned run average after 2 starts was 13.5. It went down to 8.36, then to 6.2. Now it's 5.13. As Prado went around, strike 3.
Well, and occasionally a starting pitcher will begin the ball game and not have his best stuff. He's kind of feeling for the breaking pitch or feeling for the changeup, trying to get the location on his fastball. But in his last 3 starts, Paul Mahalem has been crisp right out of the bullpen. Real good breaking pitch that time to get Prado on the check swing.
Freddie Freeman, the first baseman, came in red hot. He is without a hit in the series, believe it or not. I mean, he's hit the ball right on the button over the first 2 games, but has hit into that shift with Starlin Castro lurking right around the second base bag. He's lined out twice right to Castro.
Yeah, right behind second base. Line drives that went right over the mound.
There's another one, but he picked a good spot to hit it over Castro and in front of Campana. I guess he just had to calibrate it a little bit.
Just that dial on the knob of the bat. Finally gets one to drop, does Freddie Freeman. He's still a pretty good looking hitter. We talked about it the first game of the series. Greg Walker, the hitting coach for the Atlanta Braves, said that Freddie Freeman has a chance to be one of the best of his generation. That's pretty high praise for a guy that's seen a lot of good hitters.
Dan Ugla won the game last night with a 2-run single off Kerry Wood in the 8th. One of his 3 hits
Yeah, Uggla's got quite a streak going against Paul Maholm. He's had a base hit in each of his last 4 at-bats against Paul.
Fly ball out into center. Campana going back on it. Wynn knocking it down, and he makes the catch. A 2-out hit, no runs. Cubs coming up against Tim Hudson.
We have more than 3,000 daily flights on Southwest Airlines, and that gives you thousands of options to fly. Where you want, when you want. Starting June 3rd, you can fly our new nonstop service from Midway to Oklahoma City for just $160 one way. Book all of our destinations only at southwest.com.
Pull on those gardening gloves, and let's see how colorful an afternoon can be. With certified advice to help us expand our palette and prices that give us more spring per dollar, we can mix the right soil with the right ideas and bring even more color to any garden. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Brighten Mom's big day with colorful hanging baskets and color bowls.
Well, well, well. Growing up, we didn't have U-verse. We couldn't record 4 shows at the same time. In my day, you're lucky if you could record 2 shows. And a mom was recording her dumb show, and dad was recording his dumb show then. By George, that's all we watched. And we liked it. Today's kids, God, it's so good.
Get U-verse TV for $29 a month for 6 months. AT&T.
Now the Cubs Southwest starting lineup written out by Dale Swaim. David DeJesus has had a really nice homestand. Tony Campana heating up again. You've got Castro, LaHair, Ian Stewart moving up, hitting 5th in the lineup. Soto behind the plate. Cardenas in for Alfonso Soriano, battling some knee soreness. Barney and Maholm rounded out.
Look at the Braves defensively. Prado, Bourne, and Hayward left to right across the outfield. Chipper Jones in what will more than likely be his last game here at Wrigley Field will be at third base. Jack Wilson, the veteran shortstop. Dan Uggla at second. Freddie Freeman over at first base. David Ross is developed into the valet catcher for right-hander Tim Hudson.
Hudson's 36 years old, 6'1", 174 pounds. He's coming off back surgery over the winter and making just his 3rd start. And a called strike on DeJesus.
Numbers for our Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher Tim Hudson. I mentioned earlier he is all over the leaderboard over the last 12 years in the major leagues. 3rd most victories over the last 12 years behind only Roy Halladay and CC Sabathia. 5th on the most innings pitched list. 3rd on the ERA list. You know, we sometimes say a guy will invent pitches on the mound. I tell you, in Tim Hudson's case, I think it really is true. Fangraphs list 6 separate pitches that he throws, including one is the mystery pitch. He'll throw a 2-seam fastball, a cutter, a curve, a slider, a change, a splitter, and then one that's just identified as the old double X.
He has never had a losing season as a pro. This is his 16th professional season, 14th in the big leagues. And a 2-2 count on DeJesus.
He was 25-11 as a minor league pitcher. In the American League, he was 92-39. And as a member of the Atlanta Braves, his record stands at 89-58 going into this season. So make that 90-58.
Uggla with a short throw. New in 2012 is Cubs Authentics, the premier outlet for special MLB authenticated Cubs memorabilia, from game-used baseballs, bases, and jerseys to autographed bats and photos. Cubs Authentics has the most exclusive Cubs memorabilia. Visit the Wrigley Field Concourse, the Cubs store, or email CubsAuthentics@Cubs.com for all your Cubs memorabilia needs. Tony Campana skies one foul. The sun is out, which is always good. Clouds have dissipated over the past 10 minutes or so. Still cold.
Yeah, a little teaser yesterday. Beautiful baseball weather here at Wrigley last night. Winter set back in this morning.
Oh, 2, but Chipper Jones still way in at third. This one bounced to Freeman. 2 outs. So kind of interesting, Bob, in terms of the surgeries these 2 starting pitchers today have had. Now, Tim Hudson had Tommy John surgery in 2008, but it was the back surgery this past winter that was interesting. They actually went through the front to get to the back to repair a herniated disc in late November. And a ground ball to Chipper Jones. We'll talk about Alma Holland's surgery a few years ago when we come back.
A car is either luxury or it isn't. If you want a luxury car with a standard power moonroof, your options are going to be limited. If you want standard leather-trimmed seats, you're going to have even fewer. And if you want standard keyless access, then your choice is obvious. The Lexus ES. It's complete luxury in a class full of compromises. See your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
Find unbeatable savings during the Menard Day sale. Keep your dog safe in the security of your yard with Intertech pet training products. Choose from a basic remote trainer or this pet containment system. Your choice, just $77 each. Let your imagination grow this spring with help from the Menards Garden Center. With a great selection of supplies and helpful team members to get you started. Just stop in and you're on your way to a beautiful yard.
Save big money at Menards.
You're all set, big guy. See you in 2 weeks. All right, great. Thanks again. Take care. We'll see you next time. Hey, Shelly.
Hi, Mr. Randall. There you go. That's your balance for today. And let's get you guys set up. He's ready for the twins, Mrs. Martinez.
Prepare for the unexpected with an emergency fund. One of our helpful steps. Take the first step today at BMO Harris Bank.
Tomorrow, the Bulls look to squash the Sixers as the series returns to Philadelphia.
Ball, Hamilton. Oh, who's that masked man?
Join Neil Funk and Stacey King for Bulls Sixers Game 6 tomorrow night at 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan. Wednesday at 5, we'll have the fallout for the Bulls' must-win Game 5 of the Sixers. Hall of Famer Andre Dawson and Northwestern standout Luke Donald all Wednesday at 5.
Chipper Jones will lead off for Atlanta here in the second. He has started all 3 games in this series. A nice gesture by the Cubs before the game. Our Xfinity high-speed action. Ryan Dempster presenting Chipper with the standings flag that hangs on the pole atop the iconic Wrigley Field scoreboard. One of many mementos he will get in various ballparks. Don't know if he's going to get the proverbial rocking chair from anybody, but that's a nice keepsake. Well, they're tied for first. I guess they're percentage points behind Washington right now in the NL East, but most of his trips here to Wrigley, that flag was right at the top of that division. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Chipper held up the flag and said, "What is C-Varb?" Got it backwards.
O'Hallam's 2-2 on the ground. Castro picks. He's got time. LaHair picks a short hop throw. What range by Starlet Castro.
He quickly gathered himself. That's a nice long one hop to Brian LaHair. Cincinnati Red shortstop back in the day, Davey Concepcion, kind of patented this play on the AstroTurf, but it works on the dirt just as well. That long one hopper giving the first baseman a real good look.
Now Jason Hayward. Homered in game 1. Tripled in game 2. We mentioned Tim Hudson's surgery. The back operation over the winter. Paul Mahalem back in 2004, he was pitching in the Pirates chain with single-A Lynchburg. He was hit in the face by a line drive, suffered a broken orbital bone and a broken nose. That kept him to just 12 appearances that year. He actually had reconstructive surgery on his face. Now the orbital bone is right below the eye. And they gave him a couple of choices. Go in and repair the orbital directly and have a huge scar under his eye, or do that halo deal where they basically go, you know, from one temple to the other, essentially all the way over the top of his head. So he has a scar that almost goes from ear to ear over the top of his head, almost like headphones. As Hayward grounds out to Darwin Barney. So you can see it starts right above his ear and goes all the way over his head. I asked him yesterday how many stitches. He says, I don't know, but it was a lot. Ugh. My wife has a lot of interesting photos from that time.
I bet. Man.
And as a ground ball pitcher, we saw it the other day, took one off the leg. He's been hit a lot on comebackers in his career. David Ross in for McCann today, catches Hudson a lot. And a foul pop right side back to the seats.
The best season ticket option in the city continues to be the PNC Club of Chicago. Tickets in this exclusive club come with added benefits, including VIP parking. Your guests will enjoy an all-inclusive top-shelf bar and gourmet food in a climate-controlled suite with celebrities and former Cubs players. For information, contact the Premier Sales Team at 773-404-4200 or Cubs.com/Premier.
Low and inside, 1-2.
If you're gonna be a backup catcher and hitch your wagon to one starting pitcher in the rotation, Tim Hudson's not a bad guy to work behind.
Well, for many years in Atlanta, the backup always caught Greg Maddux.
Yeah. Yep.
Backing up Javi Lopez. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Second strikeout for Mahalem. Off to another good start. Scoreless early.
Juicy Johnsonville sausage, made with only premium cuts of pork since 1945. Johnsonville, sausage is all we do.
Want total access to Major League Baseball? Then you need Xfinity and MLB Network. You'll get over 125 live regular season games with live look-ins from around the league, plus 24/7 inside access, so you're there for all of baseball's biggest stories. With Xfinity from Comcast, the best seat in the house is in your house. Sign up for the HD Premier XF Triple Play or ask about other bundles starting as low as $99 a month for a year. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call today.
An accident doesn't have to slow you down. With better car replacement, available only with Liberty Mutual Auto Insurance. If your car is totaled, we give you the money for a car 1 model year newer. Visit a local Chicago office for details. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
Chili's Triple Dipper lets you create your own bold dinner. Choose 3 appetizers from 10 choices, like our new cheesesteak sliders made with shaved steak, grilled peppers, onions, cheese, and a side of dipping sauce. Chili's Triple Dipper.
Time to take a look at our Coors Light freeze cam from the ball game last night. I bet Ryan Dempster wishes he could freeze this ball about halfway to the mound. In self-defense, he barely gets the leather up there. Caromed around, hit him on a couple of different body parts, but ultimately the ball ended up in his glove.
Big night for the Dempsters. Ryan and Jenny hosting the 3rd annual Dempster Casino Night for the Dempster Family Foundation. And at last check, there were still a few tickets left if you want to go. Dempster Family Foundation or DempsterFoundation.org. Brian LaHair leading off the 2nd.
Said that a few times lately.
Hudson got 3 ground ball outs in the 1st inning. And LaHair takes a strike.
Oh.
Lifelong Cub fan. Said his favorite Cub is Adrian Cardenas. Been rooting for him since he was born. And a ground ball base hit. LaHair's on base streak rolls along. 27 games in a row he's been on.
Nice adjustment there, breaking ball down. He was able to keep his hands back. Guide that one right back up the middle of the field for a leadoff base hit. I mentioned Hudson throwing about 27 different pitches. He'll rely mostly on his fastball, a 2-seam fastball with some sinking movement, a hard slider, occasional cutter, and an occasional changeup, although he also throws a splitter. It's kind of hard to determine which is which.
Things have really turned around for Stewart. Not that he's really swung the bat a lot better. He's just picking up more hits. Hudson was a 2-way star at Auburn, a pitcher and an outfielder. Oakland wanted him as a pitcher. And as a senior in college, he went 15-2 on the mound. Hit .396 with 95 RBIs. And the only reason he didn't go higher than the 6th round in that draft is because of his slight stature. And didn't really have that huge fastball a lot of teams are looking for as, you know, 1st or 2nd round picks go. As Bob mentioned, he has turned in a wonderful career to this point. 3-time All-Star.
Double-digit victories in 12 of the last 13 seasons. The only year he didn't hit double digits was in 09. He only started 7 games, had some injury issues that year. About as consistent as they come, including 16 wins last year. He's not crying.
Yeah. Something in his eye.
We know there's no crying in baseball. He just got a little dirt in his eye there. Needed a moment or two to regain his vision. That really helps when you're a catcher, if you can see the ball.
Two and two. Soto on deck. That group rode their bicycles to the ballpark. We'll talk with Cubs board member Todd Ricketts coming up. We usually say when we see people in seats like that, they must know somebody. And it's nice to know one of the Cub owners. They're right next to the Cubs dugout after a long bike ride today.
Yeah, those bright yellow shirts might be a little distracting to the infielders on the right side. That section looks like it's glowing.
No, we just highlighted that. Ugla with the flip. They will get it. Jack Wilson, known for his defense. No problem on that relay throw. 4-6-3 for the double play. Hudson has his sinker working today, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does. It's pretty obvious early on whether he does or doesn't. And they mentioned David Ross was kind of his valet catcher. Jack Wilson might be his valet shortstop. Known for his glove, has been a great defender for a long time. And when you know you have a pitcher on the mound that's going to throw a lot of ground balls, you want your best defenders on that infield.
A little subtle thing about Tim Hudson in his windup. He appears to lift that right foot almost completely off the ground as he gets set to pitch. Wilson again, and the inning is over. All the outs the Cubs have made in the first two have been on the ground.
Pull on those gardening gloves, and let's see how colorful an afternoon can be. With certified advice to help us expand our palate and prices that give us more spring per dollar, we can mix the right soil with the right ideas and bring even more color to any garden. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Brighten Mom's big day with colorful hanging baskets and color bowls.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
Honey, I think someone's breaking in.
Hello? You wouldn't protect yourself with cardboard. Some oil filters protect your engine with it. Dumb. Purolator uses metal end caps for better engine protection. So keep it pure with Purolator.
You sure you want to do that?
Who are you?
Oh, hi, I'm the second owner.
I just bought this car.
Correct. You're the first owner, and I'm the second. 1, 2. You know, I mean, think about me and all the other owners after me. Tell me about Mudbone. Does he ride in the car?
And no, he's allergic to leather.
The exceptional certified pre-owned program with the highest quality cars. Good news for the second owner.
Bye, future car.
Each team with a hit, no runs through 2. Braves and Cubs in the rubber game. Paul Mahalem and Tim Hudson have been very good early on. Great to have with us in the booth. You can't miss them. Cubs board member Todd Ricketts. Todd, we mentioned your group here right next to the Cubs dugout. We just used a big highlighter.
Yeah, that's right. That's kind of what we did with our T-shirts this morning.
Very nice. Jack Wilson grounds to Starlin Castro.
There we go.
And we got the big ride coming up to Milwaukee coming up again this year.
Well, you know what? We don't have a night game with Milwaukee late in the year, so we're doing an out and back. We're leaving Wrigley August 19th. We're going to ride about 50 miles north and then come 50 miles back to a little party on the field here, and with a little live entertainment, you know, barbecue. The guys are going to shower in the visitors clubhouse, which I think will be fun. I was saying that to them, you know, it's like walking into history because it hasn't changed in about 100 years. It's very authentic.
Yes, it is.
Thought I've been in a visitor shower. It's not that much fun, really.
Yeah, and I said, you know, if we win, there's warm water, and if we lose, it's all cold.
And you rode to work today.
We did.
How long was the ride today?
Just 12 miles, and we have a group of about 50 people that ride down here, and we wear the bright colored shirts so we stand out and draw attention to what we're trying to do and get more people to ride and raise money for World Bicycle Relief and Cubs charities.
So August 19th, correct?
That's right. Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning and afternoon.
0-2 on Hudson. And how many miles a week are you riding these days?
You know, I ride a lot in my basement, so you know, it's not as much as I'd like, I guess. Maybe 60 to 100 miles a week right now, but that'll jump up. How about you? How many miles?
You must have a big basement. Oh, the stationary. All right.
Yeah, no, I just ride around in circles. I got a tricycle. It's got a horn on it and everything.
Right. No, I'm the guy you pass. I'm a runner, so.
Good.
You go a lot farther than I do usually.
Here we go. That's our top fundraiser from last year. Is Garrett Higney. He's 13 years old from Western Springs, and he's pretty happy. He's here with his family today, sitting down there by the dugout. And I was just saying, he raised $18,000 for us last summer.
Nice, very nice.
And that turns into about 180 bicycles for kids in Africa. So it really, you know, his efforts changed an entire school of children and their ability to get to school. And you know, that's kind of what we're out here for, is the idea that people in Africa don't have the opportunity to take infrastructure and transportation for granted like we do. So anything you can do that makes their lives a little easier, it helps out a lot.
Absolutely. And I think it's also good, Todd, just to get the word out about being environmentally conscious. You know, ride your bike to work a couple of days a week.
That's why we have the free bike valet here. That's, you know, we're in the neighborhood. There's congestion is always a consideration. So if you have a chance, ride your bike, park it for free at the World Bicycle Relief free bike valet, and save yourself a few dollars.
Well, the bad news is our interview's over. The good news is Mahalam at 1, 2, 3.
I know, that's okay.
Todd, thanks for the time, and we'll talk about this the rest of the summer. Thank you.
I bathed it in miracles.
Cut! Sorry to interrupt. When's the show? Well, if we don't find an audience, all we'll ever do is rehearse.
Maybe you should try every door direct mail. Just select the zip codes where you want your message to be seen, print it yourself, or find a local partner, and you find the customers that matter most.
Brilliant. Clifton, show's overjoyed. No, too much. Janessa? A round of applause.
Go online to reach every home, every address, every time with Every Door Direct Mail.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation. They all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
Come to Midas. Up to $100 off pads or shoes installed.
It's finally here. A Taco Supreme in a shell made of real nacho cheese Doritos. And yes, it's everything you dreamed it could be. The new Doritos Locos Tacos. Sometimes you gotta live más.
The more you floor, the more you save. Buy one room of flooring, get all other rooms of product for only $50 each. At Luna, we work for you.
773-202 Luna.
Tomorrow, the Bulls look to squash the Sixers as the series returns to Philadelphia.
Ball, Hamilton. Oh, who's that masked man?
Join Neil Funk and Stacey King for Bulls-Sixers Game 6 tomorrow night at 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Tomorrow, with last night's thrilling victory, the Bulls will now hit the road and return to Philly for a must-win Game 6 against the Sixers. Bulls-Sixers Game 6 tomorrow night at 5:30. Get the call from Neil Funk and Stacey King right here on Comcast Sportsnet.
I guess a series with the Sixers has to go at least 6, right?
Absolutely.
And we're thinking 7. 76ers.
Good point.
Adrian Cardenas, left field, bidding for his first hit, but he won't get it as Prado makes a catch. So Adrian's now 0 for 5 to start his big league career. Here comes the second baseman, Darwin Barney. Again, the World Bicycle Relief celebrating the 3rd annual Wrigley Field Road Tour, 100 miles on August 19th for Cubs charities and World Bicycle Relief. Go to worldbicyclerelief.org/Wrigley Field Road Tour to register. And they capped the registration at 600 riders, so get in fast. 1-1 on Darwin Barney. It's outside. Hudson working quickly, as a lot of guys who have a good sinker do. They want to keep their defense engaged and on their toes. Another sinker and another ground ball.
As you might imagine, a sinker ball pitcher wants to keep that ball down around the knees at the bottom of the strike zone with some movement to get the ground balls you're looking for. You can see on our Nissan pitch tracks right down there at the bottom of the zone, every pitch in that sequence was top of the knees or below.
You saw the swing by Barney. If that pitch had been a four-seam fastball, he would have squared it right up. But because it had that late movement, most of the bat surface hit the top of the ball, and an easy play for Jack Wilson.
You know, and then you mentioned he hit the top of the ball. That's one of the minor adjustments you can make as a hitter when you're facing a sinker ball pitcher. Tell yourself that I want to hit the bottom of the ball. Every time I swing at this guy, I want to hit the bottom of the baseball, not the middle, not the top. Of course, it's not that easy to do, but mentally that should be your mindset when you face a sinker ball splitter type pitcher like Tim Hudson.
Sinker strike, 2-2.
Remember in his days as a hitting coach, Dusty Baker used to talk about hitting the ball in the nose. That means you want to hit it right in the middle of the baseball.
Swing and a miss on a sinker. His first strikeout. Dueling zeros through 3.
This AT&T 4G network is fast.
Hey, heard any updates on the game?
I think it's final seconds. Ooh, shoots a 3. Game over.
So 2 seconds ago.
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Harris. Where's Kevin?
Say hi, Kevin.
Mom, put me down. Put the phone down.
Hey, guys, did you hear? The Choice had their baby?
So 29 seconds ago.
Well, we should get them a gift.
Thanks for the gift.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Get it fast with AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network, covering 2,000 more 4G cities and towns than Verizon. AT&T.
Bravo, Charlie, initiate launch sequence. Wide mouth is in position for resealable cap. Cap in place and lock. Commence final cooling. T-minus 34 degrees. Mountains are blue. Silver bullet aluminum pint. You are clear for launch. Houston, we have refreshment. The silver bullet aluminum pint from Coors Light. The world's most refreshing beer.
Pull on those gardening gloves, and let's see how colorful an afternoon can be. With certified advice to help us expand our palate and prices that give us more spring per dollar, we can mix the right soil with the right ideas and bring even more color to any garden. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Brighten Mom's big day with colorful hanging baskets and color bowls.
The BP Crosstown Cup is almost here, and you could win tickets to Chicago's favorite series. Just like CSN on Facebook. Click the icon to win tickets, and you're entered to win 2 tickets to the Battle of Chicago. Like CSN on Facebook or visit csnchicago.com now. The 4th inning is brought to you by the new Doritos Locos Tacos from Taco Bell.
See Wrigley Field like you never have before. Go behind the scenes and get an insider's look at nearly 100 years of history in this legendary ballpark. Guided Wrigley Field tours may include visits to the press box, clubhouses, and dugouts, as well as a chance to actually step on the field. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com/tours. Tour sizes are limited and sell out fast, so get your tickets today.
2-3-4 for the Braves. This is one way to keep score. Just put an X for an out.
Yeah, you're out.
LaHair with the S for the single. Prado made an out his first time up. It was a strikeout. Cubs are off tomorrow, and then kind of an interesting couple of weeks schedule-wise. A 5-game road trip followed by a 5-game homestand. 3 in Milwaukee, 2 in St. Louis, and they come home to play 2 against the Phillies and 3 against the crosstown rival White Sox. And we want to remind Cub fans there are still tickets available, particularly in the bleachers, for that entire White Sox series. So if you want to come out and see the Cubs and the White Sox, not this weekend but next weekend, go to Cubs.com, call 1-800-THE-CUBS, or visit the Wrigley Field box office. That's the 18th, 19th, and 20th. Freeman on deck, 3-2 on Prado. Here it is. On one hop, it's Darwin Barney. We've got a good AT&T Mobility trivia question for you. 8 players who have had their jersey number retired by more than one team. How many can you name? We did not include Jackie Robinson, who's had number 42 retired by every team. We're talking about guys who had great careers with multiple franchises. Pretty good question. Greg Maddux was one of the first names that came to mind. Number 31 retired here and in Atlanta. Now the other one I thought of, also a number retired by the Braves, Hank Aaron, number 44, who finished his career with the Milwaukee Brewers. That's a strike on the outside corner. 0-2 to Freeman.
And we did come up with a couple of more, but we don't want to ruin the trivia question for our fans.
Did the Blue Jays retire yours?
No.
Did you wear 15 in Toronto?
No, no.
What did you wear in
I wore
Toronto?
number 9.
Okay.
Which was previously worn by outfielder Rick Leach, who apparently upset every fan in the American League. Because when I walked on the field wearing the Blue Jays uniform number 9, man, did they get on me, and I hadn't even done anything. And I didn't do much while I was there either.
Ooh, close on a curveball. 3-2.
Boy, great location, even though that ball dipped just out of the strike zone, low and away. Big sweeping breaking ball all the way from one side of the plate to the other.
Liberty Mutual pitch tracks. Here's ball 4. Hey, we want to wish St. Francis College the best of luck going into the NAIA National Tournament Regional in Kingsport, Tennessee, starting tomorrow afternoon. Trying to get to the 56th annual NAIA World Series in Idaho. One ball, one strike. One other game going on, and it started a while ago And it's already late in that game. Top of the 8th in Milwaukee. The Reds and Brewers are scoreless. Johnny Cueto and Zach Greinke have been magnificent. Both guys still in there. Castro, Barney, they turn it 6-4-3 and the inning is over. Still 0-0.
Exciting things are happening at Burger King.
Welcome to Burger King, honey. Here, crispy chicken strips. So I said Kung Pao, the Kung Pao with a jalapeno. Have you tried the sauce yet?
Tyler?
Can I get an order of those new crispy chicken strips?
Well, who's that talking?
Steven? You need a hairnet, Tyler.
You need to get some hair, John.
Exciting things are happening at Burger King. Hey! The new crispy chicken strips. Come and get it at Burger King.
The Sierra XFE V8 with active fuel management from GMC. It beats Ford F-150 in V8 fuel efficiency. It also beats Ram and Tundra. With an EPA estimated 22 highway MPG, the GMC Sierra XFE is the most fuel efficient V8 in its class. Now get 0% financing for 60 months when you purchase a 2012 GMC Sierra. GMC. Why just trade in when you can trade up?
How come an insurance company thinks 15 minutes is enough time to do a good job? How come
insurance companies tell me how much I can save
before they even know what I need?
How
come nobody gives me a financial plan?
I can understand.
Country Financial does. Your country representative can help protect what you have now and prepare for the future.
Somebody who knows retirement planning and insurance.
No kidding.
At Country, we always ask, what's your idea of financial security?
Menard's grounds crew preparing the field before the game today. Those chalk lines down, the catcher's box. Both starters have been really good.
You mentioned that Reds-Brewers matchup this afternoon. Johnny Cueto, Zach Greinke. So later on tonight, the Giants, the Dodgers, Tim Lincecum and Chad Billingsley hooking up. But the matchup I really like a lot today, Mets and the Phillies. Dylan G against Cliff Lee. G-E-E-L-E-E. G-Lee.
That's foul. Swain returning to Milwaukee this weekend. His former team. So once a game starts, just a baseball game, you're trying to beat the opposition. One and one. Cliff Liebob coming off the DL. Cubs missed him because of a sprained left oblique. Cubs didn't have to face Cole Hamels either in that series as DeJesus sends a fly ball out to Prado and he makes a grab. Time to answer our AT&T Mobility trivia question. 8 players with their jersey number retired by more than one team. Aaron Carew, that's a good one. Raleigh Fingers, Carlton Fisk, Reggie Jackson, and we mentioned Maddox, Frank Robinson, and how about Nolan Ryan? 3 different teams. Oh, I got it. Okay. Yeah. Fancy camera work. 1-1 to Campana. This one foul out of play. 1-2.
I'm guessing the hair comes with the hat.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a nice look. I might have to get me a couple dozen of those.
Always a good hair day at Wrigley Field.
I haven't worn a visor for years, partner. Just no point. I need the coverage.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
But a visor with some hair built into it, it may be onto something.
Hudson will get Campana. Time for our Home Depot doing more on defense. Starlin Castro, retiring future Hall of Famer Chipper Jones in the top of the second.
Boy, I'm always amazed not only by Starlin Castro, but all the great defenders. Their body control. They're running full speed in this case to his left. Able to bend over, field that ball, turn his body completely around, totally under control, and make a strong throw right on target to get the out.
You mentioned the G and Lee matchup later. Christian Friedrich will make his big league debut, left-hander with the Rockies. He's from Evanston. He went to Loyola Academy in Wilmette as the Rockies play the Padres tonight.
His father is a dentist here in town, has taken care of the Brenly family a few times.
Yeah, actually it's an afternoon game, so they'll get underway in about a half hour. Right field. Hayward dives. It lands fair. Gets all the way by him. It's going to roll to the wall. Castro to third. He will be sent by Pat Listach. Throw to the plate. Out. Trying for the inside the park home run. He'll get a triple out of it. But Ugla on the relay throw gets him, and we remain scoreless.
What are you eating there?
Oh, it's their new oatmeal. Fresh blueberries, walnuts.
In my day, oatmeal had two ingredients, oat and meal, and not all that fancy pants whatnot.
Introducing McDonald's Blueberry Banana Nut Oatmeal.
I have got to blog about this.
The simple joy of fresh blueberries. Blueberry lovers, try McDonald's new Blueberry Yogurt Crunch. Low-fat yogurt topped with crunchy granola clusters and plump fresh blueberries and 300 calories.
It's going viral.
Yeah.
In the Garage with Ross and Matt Kenseth.
Okay, Ross.
Get your tool collection started off right at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Do you even know what to do with that thing?
Build your tool collection at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
With DirecTV Cinema, you can order Hollywood's biggest hits right from your mobile phone.
Pretty cool.
Simply text ORDER to 223322 anytime from your mobile phone. Then type in the movie you want to watch or choose from a list of the hottest new releases.
Okay, I'd like that if you don't mind.
There's no phone line or broadband connection required and no ordering fees.
What? That's amazing.
The best of the big screen is only a text away with DirecTV Cinema. Text ORDER to 223322 today.
And one of the most exciting plays in the game, a potential inside the park homer. Starlin Castro with that slicing drive down in the corner right on the chalk. Starlin Castro running, but he's not running full speed down to first base. Only when the ball finally hits the ground does he turn it on, and it was a lot closer at home plate than you might realize. Cuts the corners very well, motoring toward home plate. Good relay throw by Dan Uggla, gets him at the plate. Couple extra steps, who knows?
I think it was a good send by Pat Listash. Just 2 outs in the inning, make them make a play, which they did, 9-4-2. And I don't know, Bob, if I would characterize it as a lack of hustle out of the box. Just guys tend to sometimes watch the play, right?
Yeah. And you can watch the play, just run as hard as you can while you're watching.
That did have an inside the park feel, though, didn't it? Landed right on the line. Hayward laid out. Ball gets all the way by him, and Castro has that good speed.
I was watching Pat Listash from the time Castro got about halfway between second and third, and Pat waited as long as he could. He read the throw from right field to the cutoff man, saw it was going to be low, and then he started windmilling his arm, sending Castro on home. Unfortunately, Dan Uggla picked the low throw cleanly out there in shallow right field and made a perfect throw to the plate. It was a nice effort by Jason Hayward out there in right field. Ball hits right on the chalk. He's got to stop himself against the sidewall and then gather and chase that ball down. I was just hoping the ball didn't get hung up in the vines out there. Now, like you said, it had a real feel of an inside the park homer, and I was afraid the ball might get stuck in the vines.
Two and two on Chipper. Here's Mahalam's offering. Change up, tapped foul.
I mentioned that throw from Hayward back to the cutoff man. Right there, when Pat Listash saw that throw was going to be low to Uggla, he took a chance that maybe he wouldn't field it cleanly. Maybe the ball stays down and skips rather than bounce up high like it did. But Uggla with a nice play to cut Castro down at the plate.
Ground ball, backhanded by Barney. Off balance throw, and Chipper's been retired twice on would-be base hits.
Qdoba is giving the first 20,000 fans a chance to win free food. The Cubs get a base hit in the 5th inning. Fans with a base hit for Burrito's game card win a free entree.
Here is Hayward. Congrats to Dan Kolar and Sha Bin, who were married in late April in Hong Kong. Two and 0. Happy 42nd birthday to Spencer Jones, celebrating at the ballpark today. Wind has really kicked up, going straight in right now from center field. Hayward has gone after a couple of 3-0 pitches in this series. Looks like he has the green light in this spot.
Freddie Gonzalez, in his brief tenure as the manager of the Atlanta Braves, seems he likes that 3-0 swing, especially the guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. Freddie and Ryan Dempster have a little running thing back and forth across the field. Freddie calls him the old man.
We're together in Florida. When Dempster began his big league career, and Freddie was on John Bull's staff. Ball 4.
And Dempster will yell over at Freddie from the on-deck circle. You better not walk that 8-hitter.
Well, you and I have known Freddie for a long time. We're big fans. Don Sutton, the Hall of Fame pitcher, now radio broadcaster with the Braves, said, "I wish I had played for Freddie." That's how much respect he has for the Brave skipper. I think what Don was saying is, I wish I were 26,
yeah.
but you get the point.
What would Don Sutton be making today?
Oh,
with the numbers he put up in his career. Whew. Boy, what a pretty bat. It's like a piece of furniture. Hate to hit with that thing.
Yeah, I often see you checking out the new shipment of bats in the Cubs clubhouse. What do you look for in a bat in terms of the grain and the like?
I was always taught that the wider the grain, the harder the bat. And ideally, the straighter the grain, the harder the bat. Obviously trees are not perfect. They don't grow in a straight line.
Look at that.
Man, I've never seen anything quite like that.
Popped into center as Campana had no idea where it was, and they cannot get Hayward at second. He threw up his arms at the last second, and the ball simply dropped. It's overcast again, but there's kind of a partial sun at the moment coming through the clouds.
Right there, Tony didn't see the ball at all, which is unfortunate because we know Starlin Castro covers a lot of ground. He loves to run down pop-ups in the shallow outfield, but he just couldn't get there quickly enough to help his center fielder, and then neither defender could recover quickly enough to possibly get Hayward at second base. It looked like Tony was calling, "I don't see it, I don't see it," but Starlin just wasn't close enough to the spot to help him out. And I mentioned this before, but it's something I really like about these exaggerated shifts that the Cubs have been playing on the infield defensively. It really limits the kind of leadoff that base runners or potential base stealers can get. In this particular case, with Jack Wilson at the plate, at second baseman Darwin Barney, who's very close to the bag at second, can quickly sneak in behind Jason Hayward. At other times, with a left-handed pull hitter, it will be Starlin Castro who's positioned close to the bag at second. And if you can take a step or two off that lead at second base, less likely the guy's going to be able to score on a base hit to the outfield.
2-2. Jack Wilson, I'm sure, saved a few runs over the years for Paul Mahalam when they were teammates with the Pirates.
Well, there was a stretch of years there with Jack Wilson and Freddie Sanchez up the middle for the Pirates. Not as good a double play combination as you can imagine.
Infield pop. And LaHair at foul ground has it. 2 outs, and it'll bring up the pitcher Hudson. We talked to David DeJesus the other day after his game-ending walk about playing right field here at Wrigley. One thing Billy Williams told him is check on that wind between every pitch. You know, grab a handful of grass and just throw it up in the air. And wind conditions changing today. Not only the wind changing, but the sun and the cloud cover changing every couple of minutes. Sharply hit grounder. LaHair will take it to the bag by himself, and the Braves leave 2. It's still scoreless in the 5th.
We have more than 3,000 daily flights on Southwest Airlines, and that gives you thousands of options to fly. Where you want, when you want. Starting June 3rd, you can fly our new nonstop service from Midway to Oklahoma City for just $160 one way. Book all of our destinations only at southwest.com.
Virtual Wallet can help you be that person who's good with money. See what's free to spend, move money with a slide, save with a shake. Feel good about your decisions.
Want better gas mileage? Come to Toyota's Save in May sales event and get amazing values from the company that offers more vehicles with a 40 combined MPG rating or higher. And right now, during the Save in May sales event, you can lease the class-leading 35 MPG rated Camry for just $199 a month. Only at your local Toyota dealer.
Toyota's Save in May sales event won't last long. So what are you waiting for?
Hurry in today.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan here with a Coors Light Cold Blast Sportsnet Central update. Game 6 between the Bulls and Sixers tomorrow night in Philadelphia. We've got the hometown call for you right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Chicago Tribune Live comes your way at 5. Bulls pregame live 5:30. Neil and Stacy bring you all the action, and be sure to stick around for the postgame show. Right now, send you back to Len and Bob at the Friendly Compounds.
Cap, thank you. Scoreless tie as we play the bottom of the 5th. Just the 3rd start for Tim Hudson, who began the year on the DL recovering from back surgery. Brian LaHair swings at the first one. He's going to ground out to his counterpart, Freddie Freeman.
See Brian LaHair swinging a lot more early count pitches in this series than he had throughout the early going this season. I don't think that's all bad, Len. I mean, you establish a reputation for yourself as a hitter that will work a deep count, will take walks, very rarely swings at the first pitch, and then the opposing teams will start challenging, throwing first pitch fastball, trying to get ahead in the count. So then maybe for a series or two, you go to the plate looking to ambush that first pitch fastball. And then teams start to mix in breaking balls and splitters on the first pitch, and you go back to being a patient hitter again. All about those adjustments. Just try to stay a little bit ahead of the curve with your adjustments. Know when to start swinging at that first pitch and when to start laying off again.
One and two the count. Guess what? A ground ball. It's time to Ugly. Check out the new Audi Legend Suite on the Nuveen Investment Suite level. Watch the game with a former Cub and listen to classic stories about life as a Cub with the luxury food and beverage package and a unique gift for each guest. The Audi Legend Suite is the most exclusive way to watch a Cubs game. For more info, visit Cubs.com/suites. Ground ball to Jack Wilson. That inning went 3 unassisted, 4-3, 6-3.
Zero calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
Sorry I yelled at you all these years.
Cece, glad you made it.
Good shot. Oh, what is this place?
Iowa, only with maximum Pepsi taste and 0 calories.
Whoa.
I love it when he does that. You want to play ball with some of MLB's biggest legends? Learn how at MLB.com/Pepsi Max.
Well. Growing up, we didn't have U-verse. We couldn't record 4 shows at the same time. In my day, you're lucky if you could record 2 shows. And Mom was recording her dumb show, and Dad was recording his dumb show then. By George, that's all we watched. And we liked it. Today's kids, God, it's so good.
Get U-verse TV for $29 a month for 6 months. AT&T.
I'm Philippe Kahn, and I created the camera phone.
I'm Ray Kurzweil.
I gave your words a voice.
I created the ability to share video.
We turned your smartphone into a musical genius.
And I turned it into a bank.
I created Instagram.
I created the first text message.
We created Words with Friends.
And we created a better way to buy a smartphone. Any phone, any carrier, and all of their plans, with lots of unbiased advice.
Tonight, AJ and the White Sox wrap up their series with Asdrubal Cabrera and the Indians at Progressive Field. Don't miss a division rivalry driven by Mazda. White Sox, Indians, tonight at 6, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
Tonight at 5, don't miss Chicago Tribune Live on Comcast Sportsnet. Tribune writers, sports stars, and celebrities join host David Kaplan to discuss the day's hottest sports topics. Don't miss Chicago Tribune Live, presented by Captain Morgan, tonight at 5 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend. Underway in the 6th in a scoreless tie. Sharply hit grounder. Castro gets rid of it quickly. That was a little bit of a tricky hop. He backed up and then knew he had to get rid of it in a hurry.
Tickets are available now for the 2012 Cubs season, including the next homestand against the Phillies and the White Sox starting next Wednesday, May 16th at Wrigley Field. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com, call 1-800-THE-CUBS, or visit the Wrigley Field box office.
Mahalem has gotten 16 outs today. Tim Hudson 15. 22 combined outs have been ground ball outs out of 31 total. Ball and 2 strikes. Let's check in on the Cubs minor league report. Another big night for Anthony Rizzo. 2 home runs at Fresno as the I-Cubs won 13-2. Chris Russin got the win. So 3 of the Cubs' top prospects with excellent performances. First baseman Paul Hoylman of the Peoria Chiefs with a Chiefs record tying 21 game hitting streak going into action today against Beloit. Full count 3-2.
There's a sneak, a little cut fastball in there at the knees. Just once again slid just far enough off that corner to not get the call.
Fair ball. And Prado will end up in scoring position by the end of this play with a double. Third hit for the Braves and their first extra base knock.
That's a nice adjustment by Martin Prado. He struck out on that breaking ball down and in. His first at bat of the game. He swung through it a couple of times in this at bat. Paul Maholm tries to go back to it on a 2-strike count, and Prado really made an effort to keep his hands inside the ball, shoot it to the opposite field. That time right down the first baseline for a double.
Freddie Freeman with a bouncer to Barney. Runner at third, 2 outs. First time Freeman's been retired today. We've seen it throughout the series. Dan Uggla's not a guy who's going to shorten up in this spot. With the wind blowing in, 2 outs, just looking for a single to give his team the lead. He's going to swing just like that.
And for teams that overshift defensively, you love guys like Dan Uggla who don't change. He's going to try to pull the ball. He's going to look for something he can get in the air to left field. Wind blowing in, defensive shift makes no matter to him.
And that is something managers like Dale Swaim and Joe Madden have to look at when they do overshift against certain guys. Do they adjust, change their swing? And if they do you have to combat that? Some guys, if they change their swing, you say, go ahead. We'd rather have you not do what makes you good. And some of it, Bob, does depend on the game situation, right?
Absolutely. Runners in scoring position. Some hitters are a little more likely to go to the opposite field, trying to counteract what the pitcher's going to try to do against him. Dale brought up Ken Griffey Jr.'s name earlier today, a guy that normally is a dead pull hitter, but when faced with those pull shifts and runners in scoring position would occasionally shoot the ball to left field. Now, those are direction of his hits that reach the outfield. You can see clearly 21 of them to left field, and if we had a graphic for his ground ball outs on the infield, it would be equally skewed to the left side.
Two and two. The Reds have taken a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the 9th in Milwaukee. Joey Votto with an RBI double. Brandon Phillips with a run scoring single, and Sean Marshall is on to try to save it. Zach Greinke today went 8 innings, gave up 2 hits, didn't walk anybody, struck out 11. He is unbeatable at Miller Park, but no decision today. John Axford gave it up in the 9th. Another 2-2 pitch, and he's run it full. Greinke went into today 13-0 lifetime at Miller Park. 3-2 pitch to Ugla. Broke his bat as he grounded it foul. Martin Prado didn't know where to go. The ball was behind him. The bat was in front of him, and he just threw up his hands saying, oh man, what do I do?
I think if given a choice between a softly hit ground ball and the barrel of a bat with a jagged edge flying out there, I'd rather get hit with the ball. Man, that one split lengthwise from just above his hands all the way out past the barrel.